The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is getting a reboot, Patrick Star is getting his own late night show, and movie theaters are selling tickets for 15 cents. Oh, 2020. What's going on, you guys? James here with a new segment that I'm happy to introduce on the channel called News You Might Have Missed. These are just headlines that might have slipped through the cracks and we didn't get a chance to talk about on the channel. Now here's the thing, yeah, I do those solo videos on the fly like the Avatar The Last Airbender news that broke this week, but some of these headlines I do want to talk about with you guys, so if you want to see more videos just like this, go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know right in the comments. Now guys, this is all so important, so go ahead and smash that like button if you could as well, and let's get into some of these headlines because Patrick Star and getting his own TV show? And that's where we'll start today. Patrick Star is getting his own Nickelodeon spin-off show according to Deadline. Now, the Patrick Star show is self-explanatory. I thought it would be, another episodic show similar to SpongeBob SquarePants, but no, it's going to be apparently 13 episodes of a late night show kind of style, and I don't know. I don't necessarily know how to feel about this because yes, Patrick Star is a funny character. He's probably one of my favorites in the SpongeBob SquarePants series, but for him to get his own show, I think it's kind of overkill. Seriously, I love that character, but I can't get into him hosting his own late night show. I feel like it would maybe just be a little repetitive, but that's pretty much all the news that Deadline had. Was 13 episodes apparently have been ordered, and it's going to be in the style of a late night show alongside his family, airing on Nickelodeon. So I'm sure there are people who are going to love this news. I'm a little cautiously optimistic about it. Our next headline is one that really shocked me. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a show that I absolutely love, is actually getting a reboot. Now this is according to The Hollywood Reporter. Will Smith is apparently teaming up with director Morgan Cooper, who, if you haven't seen it, did this short film that reimagined the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in a more dramatic setting, and it kind of modernized it. So I do like that short film quite a bit. I think it was really well done. But this, for me, is touchy-feely because this is a series that is in my top 10. Like, of all time. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I've watched it so often. I would watch it Nick at Night. I would watch it, on any sort of streaming platform I could. And luckily HBO Max has it now too. But to see Will Smith being involved, that gives me some hope because I do not think that he would let this project fall down the wayside. I almost believe that this is going to be his baby in a sense. So he wants to make sure it's handled with care. Now, within the article, it was really interesting. This was probably the most interesting part of the entire article, is where is this reboot gonna land? According to The Hollywood Reporter, Peacock, Netflix, and HBO Max are among the platforms bidding for the rights to this reboot. That's huge. However, I do see the logical decision being go to HBO Max, because if Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is already there, it's easy to kind of supplement with this reboot. So you just package it back to back. Hey, you like this reboot? Why don't you go check out the original on the same platform you're watching the reboot? It makes a lot of sense. So I think this is surprising news, actually. I hope it's good news, please. Now here's the next bit of news you might have missed. Martin Scorsese is getting a first look deal at Apple TV+. Now this is according to Deadline. It's a multi-year deal for not only film, it's TV as well. He has a production company and he's expected to, of course, produce and direct titles, and Apple TV Plus is like, yo, give me all the Scorsese content. That's pretty big because I remember for a while, actually, he was looking for funding for his next film, and I think Apple TV Plus kind of gave him that runway. So, I mean, if they're already financing one of his projects, they might as well get him on a first look deal. So, hey, Apple TV Plus, you're speaking to this film fan because Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite directors of all time. Now, here's one headline that broke towards the end of the week. Zack Snyder replaces Elia with Tignotero for his film Army of the Dead. Now, this comes to you from Variety. Elia has been involved in some really controversial situations this year. He's been accused by multiple women of sexual harassment, and yeah, he was dropped by his agency. His career is kind of done at this point, but it was shocking to me that he was still listed on IMDb even in this film Army of the Dead with Zack Snyder. So if that's the case, I figured they would maybe just like Photoshop him out, like Adobe After Effects it, but no, they're replacing him with Tignotero, who is an award-winning actor, so I'm excited for this. According to Variety, though, and I quote, Army of the Dead will undergo reshoots and use green screens, CGI, and other special effects to seamlessly add Notero to the production. So I like that they're not just like gonna awkwardly place her in there. I mean, of course, the jury's still out, we'll have to see the final product, but I like that they're giving her basically hopefully a fair shake when it comes to starring in this film. Even though they're in post-production, I still think that this will work out much better than seeing Elia on my television screen. Now, of course, Netflix is releasing this film, but it does not have a release date, and I'd imagine it's getting a little bit pushed back because of all this post-production work, but it is on my radar for sure. Now, here's one story that sort of surprised me, but tickets are being sold on August 18th for the New Mutants. So this week we are getting tickets on sale for a new movie. My goodness gracious, Disney is not budging from that August 28th release date. Now this comes to you via Variety, and yeah, some theaters are probably really excited and they're opening little by little. The thing is, well, I don't know if enough theaters are opening nationwide for this movie to even make back maybe half of its budget. We'll have to see there, but I don't know. I'm excited for theaters to open up safely, but I just don't think it happens this month, if that makes any sense. Now, speaking of ticket sales, guys, here's the story I think of the week. One that got me, I want to say it made me excited, but I also have to play it safe because AMC is selling 15-cent movie tickets for one day only. Being a kid here in South Florida, there are no AMCs around me that are opening up until the city will allow it. But for those of you nationwide that have an AMC near you, and it is safe, of course, to attend, you can expect 15-cent movies for one day only. This news comes to you via Variety, and that one day is August 20th. That's when they start phase 1 of their reopening. It's going to be a challenge to earn the public's trust to get back into a movie theater, especially in these COVID times, but 100 theaters are opening up in the US on that day, so AMC is confident that they can try to get people into seats by offering 15-cent movies and some awesome legacy titles. Now, they said legacy titles such as, in this article, Black Panther, The Empire Strikes Back. I'm not biased by wearing my Star Wars shirt today, but I would love to see The Empire Strikes Back in a movie theater. I just can't. So if you can, you gotta let me know how that experience goes this week. And what I found really cool is that there's some historical significance to the 15-cent movie ticket, because AMC said this was roughly the equivalent of what a movie would cost in 1920. So I mean, shoot, I would just want to buy a ticket just to have it. I wouldn't even want to go into the auditorium. I just buy it and say to my kids one day, hey, your pops spent 15 cents on a movie ticket in 2020. It's not going to happen, though. Now, one day later, Variety reports that AMC will show older films, such as Inception, we knew that because of the 10th anniversary, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, and Grease at $5 a ticket. So, of course, that 15-cent deal is gone after August 20th, but on August 21st, you still get a movie ticket that is way cheaper than even, well, what we call cheap Tuesdays, which are discounts on certain days of the week. So yeah, I still think if you can go to the movie theater safely, be careful, wear your mask, don't eat or drink anything, but this is something that AMC is trying to push ahead of the New Mutants and of course Tenet. Now, if you're wondering about the cost of the New Mutants at AMC, according to the article, and depending on the market, of course, they're saying $10 a ticket, which is much cheaper than renting it digitally. However, it is of course not as safe during these times, so it's back and forth. You have to understand the consumer and you have to understand the business side of things. So it's going to be really cool just to see what happens. And AMC stub list members are not being left out. $10 credits to use through the end of October, so they're still throwing incentives at you. I'm curious to see how this reopening goes, but you guys, there you have it. That's the news you might have missed. Hey, if you want to talk about some more headlines, go ahead and drop a comment down below and we'll get to the conversation. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see much more content like this, and I have some reviews dropping this week, go ahead and hit the big red button below and subscribe to the channel and tap on that bell as well so you don't miss out on anything new. Alrighty guys, I got some movies to watch. I got to prepare for DC fandom, and I'm really excited for the week ahead with you guys. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.